Good morning. Hopefully my mic's working this time from the beginning. How you doing? I called it. Good job. Good morning. Unk B, what happened to the playlist? Don't know what happened to his playlist. Grade A music. This beat is slamming. Yeah, man. This is the unchanged playlist of Crypto Down Under. Let's Mars, g'day, how you doing? Doge Catcher, what's up? Frank Lee, my dude. Lord Ole. Type Jack, Jackie boy. Good morning. We've got your, I'm using your thumbnail that you made, so props to you, Jack, for the creativity with that one. It's really nice, I like it. The reason I've got it up there today is because I'm looking at market structure, and I think it's market structure's a hell of a thing. It's not an indicator. It's not a it's not a TradingView built-in indicator per se. This helps you. Technically, you don't need anything on the chart, including indicators, to use it. To use market structure, right? You can just get away with using drawing tools. So, identifying highs and lows and noticing when that rhythm changes in the market is very helpful for making scalps or trades, or depending on the time frame. Serrano, what's up, my dude? Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Serrano with the brew hammer. Brew. All right, so, in saying that, there is, I do lie, there is an indicator that shows you market structure, and that is the Smart Money Concepts Indicator by Lux Algo. That's this one. I've talked about it before. I've had it in the stream before. But I wanted to talk about a rhythm that market structure gets into and how you can trade into that rhythm. But before we do that, before I talk about that, let's just do a bit of a zoom out. Let's start on the daily, because everyone can, get on board and on the same page if we're on the daily chart. I'm going to hide these trends here. This is just macro trend. Micro trend. Okay. So we're still up here. We're still hanging 10. We're not, by no means have we collapsed off this bull run that we've been on. We've certainly been consolidating. If we go down to the 4-hour chart, let's see if there's any more kind of enlightenment we can get from that chart. And to be honest, not really. It's saying the same thing. Similar story. Recapturing the high that we pulled in prior to the FTX drop, so $21,500. We've just come up above it, and that is a very common play that the market makers do to trap people, one thing, and also capture liquidity. So people that have either their liquidations or stop losses just above this high here. So that's one sort of way to look at those wicks, like the causation behind those wicks. A really excellent example of that is right below us here. You can see we pulled in a high at this point, and where did we grab that liquidity? Right here. So it was just enough to grab it before shoving the trend back down again. So that's something to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to these lines of support and resistance, because they can be a real key way to get into a short, really. If you can recognize that something has been a swing failure. I can even just replicate this drawing here and copy it. Look at that, see? Same situation. But this time, a little bit different to get this line back. So the reason this time is different to this time is because we are still in the same ballpark as of this level. We have not collapsed down, starting a new downtrend or anything like that, like we got back here. We definitely started a downtrend, right? We got lower lows, lower highs. So this, to me, this is still very much, we're in a rectangle here, you know? The boundaries of the rectangle do matter, so let's draw them in. I'm gonna say the close of this candle here seems to be the lowest point, and then we've got closes here. So until we get candle closes above or below this rectangle, we are ranging. We are in a ranging market right now for Bitcoin. So ranging, chopping sideways, no decision has been made as to bullish or bearish yet. It's sort of like a standby situation. So stand by until we get that answer. That's not to say that trading is impossible during these conditions, but obviously everybody loves these conditions and everybody loves these conditions, right? Bull or bear doesn't matter. We just want that movement, right? The differential in price and the trend. So right now we are sort of like waiting at the bus stop. We're on the bus. We're just seeing, you know, whether you're on the bull bus or the bear bus, it doesn't matter. We're waiting to see which road, which path the bus goes down. You know, are we going this way, stopping out the bears, or are we going this way, stopping out the bulls? So yeah, we're at a crossroads right now. It's a decision time. Now, obviously, we're coming off the back of a very strong move up. So that is the trend. You know, if you want to say trade the trend, that's the trend. No question. We are not in a downtrend right now. If you're talking 4-hour chart, daily chart, this is, I mean, daily chart, and that's where it starts getting a bit more like, oh, you know, we're still dealing with this resistance, blah, 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 blah. But look, from the 4 hours and backwards, I would say this is all part of an uptrend. So until we lose this rectangle, I am bullish. But, you know, losing this rectangle, market structure, right? We're basically changing the character of the trend because we'd be pulling in lower lows and of course lower highs. So let's just for argument's sake say this happened, a head and shoulders. That would be the confirmation of the direction change. So yeah, we're in a rectangle, guys. That's, you know, it's a boring thing, but that's what it is. Lock that away. All right, Kevin with the 499, my dude. Can you compare August 2021 Solana move to the Solana move we're seeing now, Rick? Looks like an inverse cup and handle, but breaks to upside and never comes back. No worries, man. I'll check it out. Let me open up a chart that has a bit more history on it too. We'll go to the watch list. I'm gonna grab the Solana chart from Binance, I think. Let's go down to the S's. Here we go, SOL. All right. So you can see I've got a bit of TA on here already. They're just lines, nothing too severe. All right, now let me read the question. So can you compare August 2021 Sol move to the Sol move we're seeing now, Rick? Okay, August of 2021. Here. And does it, are you saying like a certain time frame in August, or I'll try and identify what you mean by a cup and handle in August. August 16th, okay. Uh-huh. And Kev, what time frame? I'm on the 4-hour right now. There is a limit to how far back I can go. Lay that over, okay. So if we grab a candles situation like this, so a copy of that time period of August, Okay, 1 hour or 4 hours. So I'll use the 4 hour then because I'm on the 4 hour. Let's bring it over. And you're saying there's like a correlation? Geez, I have to come a long way over, don't I? That was a long time ago in crypto terms. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is October, November. Here we go. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm dragging across 2 years on the 4 hour chart. Yep. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's like reminiscent. Yeah. Now remember, a cup and handle is a continuation pattern. So are you suggesting that we are continuing up? Lay the cup. I don't really see a cup. Do you mean like this? Inverted? Is this what you're saying? Something like that? Yeah, okay. And yes, quite possibly, Kev. Yep. That is quite possible. You know, we could be seeing some kind of inverted play here. But look, an inverse cup and handle, I don't know, like, I know regular cup and handle, like, let's just say, argument's sake, this is hard because I have to flip it. Oh, it doesn't like going the other way, damn it. Anyway, let's say, let's invert the chart for a second. Let's say this was an uptrend. That's your cup. This is your handle. The textbook play would be a break to the upside like that. So as far as a, yeah, inverse cup or inverted cup, you think it might be a reversal move? Yeah, I mean, possibly. I think Solana depends a lot on crypto as a whole, like the Bitcoin market. If Bitcoin's gonna rip to 30K, you best believe the alts are gonna come following with it, you know? So that's more my macro perspective, you know, like if Bitcoin crashes to 16,000, I don't think the alts are gonna hold ground. I think they're gonna pull down too, you know? Like that's like my sort of like bigger picture thinking toward that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, for sure, like it's possible. Anything's, well, not anything's possible, but this, what you're suggesting here is an inverse cup. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Let me look that up. Like, is an inverse cup and handle a reversal pattern? Because cup and handles are continuation patterns, right? I just want to see like a textbook definition. So some people have them drawn out like upside down. So this, let me open this in a new tab and bring it over. Okay. So that is suggested as a possible short. Enter a short position when a downward breakout occurs. Price must close below the support line of the cup rim. Yeah, so your play in that case would be, you know, there's your cup formed. We're still sort of forming that second hump, which would be the handle. And your neckline for that cup would be something along these lines here. So maybe you're still like waiting for confirmation that it's going to break down, you know? But hey, look, you got to remember the fact that Solana, like, what's the purpose behind Solana's drop? Why did it drop down? And that's because of the whole FTX situation. Like, people doubted it, you know, people were doubting its future because of FTX, right? or SBF's involvement. All it was that he bought a shitload of it. He was manipulating the price of Solana. But fundamentally, as a project, they haven't changed how it operates, right? I don't believe, anyway, unless someone can prove me otherwise. But Solana has been heavily suppressed. The people that shorted the crap out of it because of the FTX thing, right, which happened here and caused this massive downfall, are now getting squeezed out of those shorts that they're taking on Solana. So this recovery here has been pretty nasty for the bears, suppressing Solana. Can we recover higher? That's the big question, does this have legs to come up and check these ranges, like this rectangle here? Because we're not quite there yet. But yeah, I do see that scenario of the inverse cup. So wait for confirmation. I would want to see it break this line here before getting on board with a downtrend out of Solana anytime soon. You know what I mean? It is, yeah, you're right. It is it's curious because like each push up here, we've formed some kind of rounding cup. Like here's another one, except on this push, it's been the opposite. It's been like a inverted cup. Yeah, so very weird, very strange. But yeah, I guess just wait for that confirmation, man. That's what I would say. Anyway, back to Bitcoin. Where was I? I was talking about market structure, I think. So let's go to something other than Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum, and I'll go to the 1 minute because I'll show you that you can use this method down on the smaller time frames too for scalping, right? This market structure method of trading. So I'm just gonna like scroll to a random spot. I'm just gonna stop. Oh, I can't go that far. Okay, let's just zoom in here and see what the hell's going on. So on this indicator, you'll see that there's solid lines, and then you'll see also that there's dotted or dashed lines as well. Now the solid lines are basically trying to suggest or depict a swing in a certain direction. And then, so that's the swing structure. Now the structure beneath that, the inner structure of the trend, are these dotted or dashed lines. So it's like the substructure, the smaller time frame for scalping. So you don't have to pay too much attention to the swing, although it helps. You can just trade off the inner structure, especially if you know that you've had a change of character to the upside, and then a break of structure to back that up. So I'll show you some examples of taking the substructure, so the inner structure as signal, like how to get into a position. So what you want to find first is something called a change of character. So a COCH, a change of character turns an uptrend into a downtrend. So this is an uptrend, right? And then let's say it was a head and shoulders change of direction, downtrending, right? In a simplified version of this is like, just a simple diagram to explain it. The change of character happened when we broke this line here. So if you can see, we had a low, we double bottomed. We're like, oh, okay, hang on a minute. We've double bottomed. This could be, signs that we're going to continue up. But as soon as price got lower than that dashed line there, we changed character. So this would be a CH O CH. I think that's how they depict it on this indicator. Oh, it's a capital H. Okay. CH and then smaller case O and then capital CH. Okay. That's a change of character. Now, a break of structure is when you get a low, like, okay, this is a break of structure here. this is a break of structure here. So a BOS, a break of structure, or a Bank of Scotland, a break of structure, a BOS. So now the thing that defines a break of structure and not the thing that defines it as a break of structure and not a change of character is because we're in the context of our character being changed back here, right? So we know that this was a bearish change of character. So let me make that red. So that means this structure break, this break of structure would be red too. And so with this one, right? Now, the next point, let's say we changed character back to the upside. What would that need? What's the recipe for that? A downtrend is defined by its highs, not its lows. So the highs define, the trend is staying healthy in a downtrend. So this is what we would be looking for. This line here was our last high. So the moment that price comes up and breaks that, and let's say it back tested it and then carried on up, the moment that happens, you get a change of character to the upside. So let me just copy this. You get another one, but this time it's green. Now, this doesn't mean that you go long at the change of character. I think the better time to go long is when you get confirmation, secondary confirmation of a break of structure. So you would need a green break of structure in this case, like that. And then that would be, hey, the trend is on. It's been confirmed by this recent break of structure. I'm going long, And then you go long. And then in this short example, this is just telling you, hey, pay attention. We've just had a change of character. Our lows just got lower. So, look out for a break of structure. So then, you've had your change of character. Now you're looking for this break of structure. So you would take a position on confirmation. So candle close below this dashed line here, below the, as soon as you see that break of structure formed, that's when you would go short. Now, where would you set your stop? You would set it above the prior swing high, like just behind that point there. So targeting, you could target, depending on your take profit parameters, maybe you wait for a change of character or a break of structure, because change of characters can happen without the follow through of a break of structure, if that makes sense, guys. So, and I'll show you examples on the chart, but this is just me drawing a diagram here to explain what I'm about to talk about. So change of character, break of structure, break of structure. So the dream setup would be having a change of character and then a series of break of structures in a row after that. But doesn't always work out like that. I've seen a lot of the times though, you get a change of character, but then that change of character doesn't follow through with a break of structure. It changes back again. It goes like this. Something like that. So that's pretty common, and I'll show you why that's common. So that would mean you would get, there's the change of character, but then the structure would break again to the downside because of this low over here. And that's when you're in a rectangle. That's when you're ranging. So let's say that happened there, something maybe more like that, right? So you would have another bearish change of character. And then what you're doing is you're waiting for break of structure off this low here to confirm that trend changed direction back to the downside. Let me get rid of that. Or actually, let's move that down here because it would be the break of structure to the downside, like that. So see how a change of character doesn't always mean, you know, that we've pivoted. You know, it can fake you out kind of thing, right? You know, maybe that's down here, doesn't really matter. But anyway, the point is, don't always take a change of character as, you know, as reason to change, like to change your bias of the trend. It's just a hint at something's about to happen, possibly. You know, wait for confirmation. So let's go into the examples now. So I can see them all over the place. Now they're not foolproof. Like, this is why we have stop losses, obviously. So they're not perfect. But let's go in here. Let's dive in. Okay, we had right there. Okay, let's use this. We just had a change of character here. Let's make this white so it's neutral. Change of character, cool. All right. Now I'm not going to take a position off change of character. I want a break of structure to take a position. So I take a position at break of structure here. Now I have to be ready for some drawdown because, you know, look at that. There was a change of character. But remember, a change of character in this case needs to be followed by a break of structure to confirm the direction. So this was, you could consider this like a bit of a fake out. Like it was to get people a bit scared, perhaps, of the move that was about to happen. You know, shake them out before the move took off. The cool thing was that change of character resulted in a level of support higher than this previous low. Anyway, so we're in a long, right? We're in a long here. And we're not going to exit until we get a change of character followed by a break of structure. So we would capture all of this. We would capture all of this. Change of character? No, we're not going to exit. We want a change of character and a break of structure. There it is. Right there. There would be your take profit in that spot. Change of character followed by a break of structure. Change of character don't mean shit until it's confirmed by a break of structure in the direction that it's suggesting. Sorry for the language. Anyway, so look, we change character followed by a break of structure. So that's confirmation of this bearish change. And did we get any change of characters in the opposite direction with a break of structure? No, we didn't. We had a change of character, but it didn't do anything. We carried on down. We changed it to the upside. Nah, we changed it back to the downside. Changed it to the upside. Nah, changed it to the backside, you know? So it's those break of structures that give you the confirmation that something has changed. Let's follow this let's keep going. I don't know what's coming with this price information. Let's see, we've had, okay, downtrend, change of character, okay, break of structure. So take a position at break of structure. Go up. Now this might be a case where you stop out because look, change of character followed by break of structure all the way down here. So, you know, this is either where, you know, your stop, which you bring up to your entry level once you get into some kind of profit, occurs. So let's play that out. I think this is probably a good way to approach it. Okay, we've got our change of character here, and then we had a break of structure giving us the signal to get in. Okay, so we got in here. Let's use an entry tool. Okay, so we got in there, right? We want to set our stop loss below the previous like bump down. So that would be here, like there. So just beyond it. You don't want to be on the point exactly, but just a little bit beyond it. And then you want to target. You want to put in a like say a 2-to-1 or a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward, depending your appetite for risk and you know your risk to reward profile. Anyway, I think the point here is when you go 1-to-1 from your risk to your reward like this, like here, you move your stop loss. You know, you afford the ability to come and bring this stop loss up to your entry position. And that way you're not losing money if things change direction. You know, you may get shook out by a change of character, but at least, you know, you're avoiding the collapse of what might have been a trend. Like, you know, this was a failure to set up a nice trend, you know? We didn't go up like that. We did eventually, but not here. So the stop loss coming up to your break even at least gets you out of something that might not play out the way you want it to. So now let's go across and see what happens. So we have the change of character, break of structure, change of character. Let's delete that because that would have stopped out. Unless your profit target is 1-to-1. What's up, Honest? I see you popped in there. So change of character followed by a break of structure. Now this is interesting because there's like a double. Oh no, I know what's happening. Okay, so we changed character, which means don't get out of the position on the short. And then we changed back again to the downside, so that's cool, not a problem. We're back, we're heading back down again. We had a macro change of character here, which is, it's a hint that things are swinging in a certain direction when you get bigger, not to mention it's followed up by a bigger macro break of structure too, which is, remember the solid lines, not the dashed lines when it's the swing structure. Anyway, so yeah, change of characters followed by change of characters shouldn't shake you out or shouldn't make you change your mind at this stage. Like, just let it play out. So we're still in a short off this break of structure here. You know, we went through some drawdown here, yes, but we've just been mucking around with change of, you know, the market trying to figure out what's happening. But then, yeah, you're still in all this because you haven't had a change of character followed by a break of structure, right? But then, you know, you got confirmation here, you got big red, you know, break of structure, change of character type things. But yeah, I don't see a change of character to the upside followed by a break of structure until here. Here it is, look. All the way down here. Maybe that's where you close the short. So you can see what kind of like move you just captured. You went from up here all the way down and you took profit here. Bingo. What is that move? Let's see. That is a 1.4% move over 4 hours. Not bad for Ethereum, right? I mean, this is just a random spot in the chart. I haven't cherry picked this situation. This is just a way to use it. Now, are you guys following this? Like, is it making sense? Let me know. Let me know if this is helpful. Now you could go ahead and try and combine this with like another indicator like an RSI or a stochastic RSI or Ichimoku or, you know, whatever. But this is like primary market structure. I don't think people should ignore market structure. I think it's important to know what's going on as far as your highs and your lows and your trends, right? Trend is your friend, so don't ignore your friends. Don't ignore the trend. All right. Anyway, I could keep going, but it'll take a lot of time to like draw out the rationale behind. Look at this. This is a really beautiful trend here, which you would have got in on if you were following this way of trading. So we had a change of character to the upside. Change of character back to the downside. So we haven't taken a position yet because it's just been change of characters. But then look, change of character followed by a break of structure to confirm the direction. So enter on the break of structure. Let's say you got in late. Let's say you got in here. Anyway, looking for a change of character green followed by a green break of structure. It doesn't happen until here. right there, according to this indicator. But hey, there's nothing stopping you from taking profit, you know, when you hit a certain target or a threshold, or if you're trailing your move with a trailing take profit that basically locks in gains for you along the way, and you know, in case of something like this where it pulls back and you miss up like a section of the progress, you know, of the trend that you were in. But hey, it's up to you the way you play it, taking profit. But I think taking positions is a lot more vital than taking profits. Like, you need to nail your entries. Exits is another game. Exiting, taking profit, that's a whole other kettle of fish. And I believe that comes secondary to entering a position. Because in order to take profit, you have to have entered a position. So number one priority, focus on your entries. Focus on where to set your stop losses, you know? Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover and talk about. You can take this to any time frame, by the way, this method of trading. You could take it out, hell, you could take it out to the daily chart if you really want. Just be prepared for big drawdowns to stop your stop losses, that kind of thing. But yeah, what do we got with the daily chart? Ooh, look, up the top here, Ethereum, change of character, followed by a break of structure. Now, we didn't get a change of character with a break of structure until back here. So there. So you would have entered here and exited here to capture what on the daily chart? What was that in the percent term? 22%. So break of structure, it didn't amount to much, this change of character to break of structure, because we got another change of character followed by a break of structure all the way down here. So yeah, I don't know, playing it on the daily is kind of, you need to be prepared to see massive drawdown, and I wouldn't be doing that on leverage on the daily, definitely not. I would more, maybe that's for like, you know, you're in bigger investment plays like spot, perhaps spot positions. But yeah. On Ethereum on the daily, what have we had? We've obviously a change of character recently, and we're waiting for a break of structure to show up on the daily. Let's go back to the 4 hour. I think the 4 hour is going to be a bit more, you're going to get a bit more sensitivity in the chart to be able to see where to take positions. But 4 hours is still awesome because it, you know, it sets you up on a trend that lasts, you know, a nicer amount of time than just scalping, right? Let's see. I mean, cherry-picked example, right? But change of character, break of structure, enter on the break of structure, ride it until you see, you know, a change of character followed by a break of structure to the downside. So you would still be long on the 4 hour chart for Ethereum, and probably Bitcoin too, by the way. So really cool. What does the 1 hour chart look like? I think you even get even more sensitivity to the direction. Yeah. So, oh, excuse me, yawning over here. That's pretty much it, guys. We're in a rectangle on Bitcoin. There's nothing exciting to report yet. I guess the cool thing is we've maintained support at a specific level, you know? We've established a rectangle. So we haven't killed the trend just yet. Until that happens, you know, these streams are going to be pretty short. There's not going to be a lot to talk about until we break out of this. I've got a bias of the way I want it to go, but I'm also open and prepared for it going the other way. My bias is up, but I understand that this is possible. You know, there's a downside potential here too. So what am I doing? I would wait for confirmation Wait for the candles to close outside this rectangle to show you what's more likely to happen. And then, act accordingly based off that. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much it. Appreciate you guys coming in and stopping by, checking out the stream. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you on the next one. And trade safe. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.